What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today we have a new quality of life feature with the monster zone info. So I've made a couple of videos in the past of best grind spots for silver, XP, and so on, and I think this is overall a good idea, but what I wanted to do was click the recommended zone and, see if what they actually recommend is good for like new players, returning players, or just people in general. So I want to see how accurate it'll be, and we're going to be testing this with silver in a way. Obviously, the main concept of grinding is for silver a majority of the time, unless you're going for treasure items, then that's a little bit different. But to give you an idea, I am hard cap gear, max AP for now, and I have grinded every single spot in the game. So you can also look at Garmoth to see which is the best silver and everything. But what we are testing is, does the game know that? And we're going to check it. So I'll test it at different gear levels and what I think are the good breakpoints for what people should be. Let's open with what this game recommends with hard cap gear. In theory, it should be Edania spots, like more specifically Zephyros, Star's End, Sakraya. Those are the three endgame spots, and this is the highest tier. Highest tier meaning like the most gear score and AP everything. And we're gonna also test, are you pre-buffed and everything? So what does that mean? Like if you are total stat number, and does this count? So first of all, we're testing unbuffed. Like I have nothing on, you guys can see that here. And let's see, recommended zones. What does the game recommend for all tabs? It recommends Tenebrom and Floodlands. So this is a group spot. Tenebrom isn't bad, but I wonder if they're testing, let me see. Recommendeds are based on monster zones within 50 AP of your total. Total is calculated by adding extra AP. Okay, so you kind of have to be buffed, and DP is not factored. It should be. DP should absolutely be factored into these. Some spots hit harder than the others, and it is what it is. All right, so given that, it said total AP is calculated by adding extra AP against monsters and species within 50 AP. All right, let me see this one. Let's sort this by Edania, by 30. I hate that they do this because you have to be buffed. I know there's no other way, but it should really, give you more of a variety. And then if you get these numbers over here, right, it should do more. So let's test it by, this is without buffs, recommended Tenebrom. All right, let's put on some actual food buffs. I don't want to pop harmonies and everything just because, those are kind of expensive, but I will try to add as much of a buff number as I can. And just assume plus 15. I don't want to use a furnishing buff over here just yet. What other food buffs and everything should I use? We'll add 13 from Avel for science. You would probably use a perfume of courage or deep sea while grinding. Same with, a harmony, obviously, and any other sort of AP given bonuses. So let's see, what does it recommend? So at 19, wait, am I into right crystals? Let me just make sure. Okay, so if I was using Dania DPS, this is straight up more DPS than what I had on before. And Vicious Shadows. You know what? Let's put on all out attack, because this one gives the most AP, and that's what the game recommends. Versus like, it's really weird how like at certain breakpoints, using Vicious Shadows target opening, species or special attack damage would be higher than all out attack. But for the sake of testing, we're using all out attack and Edania. Let's see what that recommends. So, okay, when I put on different ones, the game recommends the 3 spots that I would have absolutely said myself. But here's the thing, though. If you turn that with the different crystals on, It goes up to here. Within about 50 of your total AP. So, yeah. And this isn't even full buff. I know with my gear, I can do every single spot. And the best one for all of you endgame players as of right now is Star's End. This one will make the most silver simply because, what are these? Gluttonies actually sell. People need these to upgrade mid-game players, and people who are getting into endgame will need these to make the corrupted crystals. Clear black stars turn into the pre one where you need one of those to combine it into these. A few extra steps. So Zephyros, on the other hand, it looks nicer, but it's at an all-time low. End times are like tanking to going to minimum. Heralds barely even sell anymore because everyone's already gotten them. And the other spots already have, you know, everything. Sakraya is RNG, whether you get the orb or not. And so, you know, this could make more or less silver depending on RNG. Star's End is generally a consistent one. And Zephyros is an all-time low because of these. Okay, so let's see. The game recommended all of these. If I were to just tab into different ones, it just doesn't recommend anything. Okay, cool. We saw this one for endgame. Unfortunately, you do have to be kind of buffed to like have all your buffs running at once to see it, which is kind of inconvenient because you want to pop your buffs efficiently while you're at the grind spot, not just sitting in town looking at this. All right, so next, let us drop our gear a little bit, and let's say we are... Okay, let's say we are in the roughly 370-ish bracket. I already know the answer would probably be Orbita, and that is probably Orbita and some other Adania spots that are within the range. So let's see what the game recommends for us at 370, within 370, and then we'll go lower from there. So total stats, Adanias around 1700 AP. So it recommends Upper Gyphon and Orbita. I was on with Orbita just because that one is a very solid spot for money and money and XP at this point. Upper Gyphon, well, one, this is a party spot, so that, you know, changes everything. And two, I don't know about this one. Like, if you need, like, the cups and everything for your accessories, if you need Forest Furies and Dekia Fragments nowadays, it's probably okay. It probably got buffed. But around 370, I would recommend Orbita. I don't know where they got Gyphon from, but, you know, cool, I guess. Okay, so let's drop some more AP. Let's say you're in the 350 spot now. What I would recommend, there's actually a bunch of 350s. Ethereum Castle. There's a few more, you know, so first of all, Ethereum Castle over here. So around here. Ethereum is 350. That's a solid one. Entry level Adania. And probably, I would say Golden Pig Cave, which is in Morning Light. This is a little bit lower, but Golden Pig Cave around here is also pretty solid. So let's see what the game recommends. So this, once again, around 350. Golden Pig Cave, Dark Seekers, Dokebi, and Olin's D2. I'm surprised they didn't actually recommend Ethereum. Let me put another thingy up. There we go. We just had to have we didn't have the Velzard on. See, this is why it's so busted. You like it. I get the idea, but it's like a half concept that, like, if you know the game, you will know this. But like a new player looking at it like without full buffs and everything, you're like, oh, I can't do that. So yeah, Ethereum is a very solid spot. Dark Seekers is very good. Dokebi, I don't have enough hours to know it, but I heard it got buffed multiple times to the point where it is pretty solid. Fortunate Golden Pig Cave is a good spot. D2 Olins. Once again, party spot. If you have a group, it hours go by quicker simply because you're just chilling in Discord with your friends, your guildies, and you're just having a good time. It's about 2 bill an hour. Has a high, or not a high chance, but has a chance of getting Dekia artifacts, which are always nice. The ring piece, which is pretty big for everyone, anyone going for their RMR ring, rich merchant ring. And then this one is a very contested piece. So yeah, overall, I think for into 350, all of these are very good spots. Still one thing that I'd recommend, you know how I didn't have the Vel's Heart buff on? That didn't show Ethereum. And then with it, it did. So one of those knowledge gap thingies in the game. Yeah, all of these are good. All right, what other gear score can I drop a little bit more of? 327, which is around 1200-ish. 1200-ish AP. So to give you an idea, 320 AP and 1200 AP. I would recommend Ezerheat. That one's a very solid one. I don't know if I'd recommend Turos or Cyclops Land. Thornwood is very good, but here's what I'd recommend if you are 320, 330-ish AP. In the Ulakita area, Tungrad Ruins, 330 is a very solid one. I don't know how efficient Darkseekers will be at 320 and 330, but Tungrad is a very solid spot. So is Ezerheat Highlands. Let's see. Morning Light. Yeah, I'm not too sure if you could do Dokebi at 330, but you probably close enough to be able to test it. And so, yeah, so like how it recommended only these four. Tungrad Ruins is a very solid one. Dokebi if you can do it as well. Skill diff, or this is just filtering out what the game thinks. Okay. Next, we are going down into the 300 AP area. I think this one will actually have a lot more recommendations, to be honest. So for 300, the game only recommends Olins, Giants, and Gyfin. I don't know about that one. I feel like... Let me check. So going down by AP, if you actually look at all the spots, what I would recommend for 300 within that area. Dekia Histria is a very solid 300 spot. Hex Sanctuary, the game recommended that. I think that's accurate. Upper Sakraya has been buffed, and so I think that one is also pretty solid. If you could do... Wait, what is Dekia 2 Ash for? I think that one's a little bit higher. Regular Ash is not so great. Probably within 300, 310, you could probably do Ezerheat, but I would also stick to Sakraya Upper or Hex Sanctuary. Hex Sanctuary is very solid, actually. I would recommend this over, you know, what the game recommends. None of these are the greatest, but if you're going for silver, I would stick to Hex. And so, yeah, that's how we know the difference. Just grinding all these spots over time. Histria, Hex Sanctuary, Upper Sakraya are my 300 AP recommendations for all of you. If you can try Ezerheat and do it, that's great. If not, just go to the other three. Okay, going down into more, let's see, 270-ish AP. I actually... Let me see. Hong Lim is a very solid one. Entry-level Morning Light grind spot for crystals. I think it's very good. Jade Starlight is a solid, easy grind spot because iridescents drop at a higher rate than like other places, and they're also 3 bill. So like I would say 1 every 2 to 3 hours you might get an iridescent with average RNG. And so getting a 3 bill drop is like the equivalent of, you know, doing an hour here. When Flame of Frost used to be 10 bill each, that was more, but obviously as time goes on, these go down. So I think this is still a solid option, but your target items is the iridescent and everything. But Honglim and Jade are two decent ones, but let's look at 270 in the all zones from highest to lowest. I think Orc Camp is a very solid one that is very competitive at the 270-ish area. Honglim, Jade are the ones that they are recommended as well. Paddocks, you're probably gonna be going for the rich merchant ring piece as well, but you do get a lot of ethereal and ocean haze rings at a higher drop rate, so these kind of make up for the silver. That's not like the trash root's not that good, but you make up for that with these two drops and obviously the rare merchant ring piece. Yeah, so that's what I'd recommend for that. Okay, so let's try to get myself to 250. Yeah, 250-ish AP now. Holy. Okay. Pop another bell to see. Game recommended at 250. This one is not a good spot. I would not recommend this one to anyone. It's not great. The fact that the game recommends Winter Tree Fossil is the most broken thing. This is stupid. This spot wasn't even good on release. It's still not good to this day. And you can't even use a loot scroll with it. It's a tower spot. You pay energy and then you just fight a bunch of waves. It's dumb. The drop rates aren't good. Do not go to this spot. Mirror Wax Labyrinth is actually pretty solid. It's one of those things where you just rotate rooms in a, like, obviously it's a little cave. You rotate rooms every 15 minutes, then fight a boss every hour or so. Upper Gyfin is a solid spot. Labyrinth is decent, but at the 250 AP range, what would I really recommend? Let's see. I would recommend Elvia spots because these give you more silver going for the shards. If you lock in and grind all these you can sell to the vendor, and then shards, obviously, you use them for your cups, or you can sell them as well. Sealed black magic crystals are very good drops as well. Bumbling Buccaneers, if you are a newer player and you need artifacts that aren't like Kabuas and everything, the endgame ones. So this is probably a very solid spot to grind them. Or Katuga, Ancient Ruins, also has the same thing. Paddocks is a good one for 250. You could try Bloody Monastery. I think that and Orc Camp within like 250, 260 AP is a very good spot to be at. But what the game recommends, this one is way off in my opinion. Monastery needs to be buffed. Labyrinth is a solid choice. This one is a bait. Don't go there. Upper Gyfin is probably solid. And I haven't tried Turos in, since they changed it. So half accurate in a way. Under 250 is really just seasonal gear. So when you're doing seasonals, it's just like leveling up, going down to Kama, and grinding out your infinite potion pieces, or you can be at Polys to get your levels and everything. So around here, Polys, and then grinding, wherever else you go to at 250, just right recommended. But I think that was a good idea of me dropping gear score from 395 all the way down. My only complaint with the whole system, I think it's a good idea in general, but you have to be kind of buffed and with all your AP things on, which you don't really want to do until you're at the grind spot, because every minute of your grind hour, it matters. So yeah, I think this is a good idea, adding the recommended zones, but just know you have to have full food and everything running. And for everyone curious, I do have a video, best grind spots for silver. For every single spot, the way we do it is we went down AP zones. So whether you're, a new player starting from like, I don't know, 200 AP with seasonal gear all the way to endgame, I promise you that will be more accurate and you don't have to waste your buffs. I'll leave a link in the description to the video if you're curious. And I actually give numbers per hour and everything, why I'd recommend it and what, is more accurate. And this one, sometimes it just recommends dumb things. So it's like half accurate in my opinion. Some good spots, but you can never be too sure. So anyway, that's all we wanted to test. one thing I want to show you before we wrap up is today we got a new outfit that came out today. All the partners were given the opportunity to showcase it. If you want to see what it looks like, it's in the store for everyone now. It's called the Citrus outfit, and it has it for obviously male, female, and shy. And so basically it's, you know, just generic summer outfit for 2026. I'm going to show you how it dyes and everything, and we're just going to do it on Dark Night. So this is what it is. Where is it? Hold on. I have it in a box somewhere. Where is it? Okay, so this one, I didn't dye anything. This is just what it looks like by default. I feel like you can buy one of these too. And then, you know, without the hair, hide headgear. You can just have your normal hair if you want it. Hide that. There's no cape or anything, but this is what it looks like by default. Let's go dye it and see what it looks like. Well, why is that zoomed in? Sometimes it's zoomed in, sometimes it's not. Okay, so outfit. I'm gonna guess the outfit itself, you know, fully dyeable. The colors, and then let's see what else. Okay, so main outfit dyeable as expected. Little tank top part at the top with the little orange line. Change that. And then the out border of the text, changeable. Cool attention to detail, in my opinion. The text itself can be changed. Cool. Strap. Bikini strap over here can change. Cool. Top strap. Cool. The little like metal, you know, holder. I think the best one for like metal objects is probably Valencian or Medallion. I like Valencian more. The shining yellow looks, you know, kind of realistic in terms of metal color. So yeah, that one is my recommendation. Fabric ones, like for outfits like this, in my opinion, Olvian or, you know, Hydelian are my picks. And then for metal pieces, Valencian. What changed? Hold on. Probably like the under outfit or something. Wait, hold on. Pause. Oh, so that's probably the, if you hide the outfit, hold on, is it? Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Either way, the main parts that you want to have shown are okay, so ring, metal piece over there, and that. Great. Where was that again? Okay, so average, nothing too out of the ordinary with this one. Next, we're going to show the gloves, which I believe is this. The little, like, what is this? Oh, cool. Nice. And then the little star thingy. I would say, you know, this one for Valencian is pretty nice, but you could just do anything else. And this one is probably the bracelet color. Yep, bracelet color. So the star, the little like gem thingy, and the actual bracelet color. Shoes, if I had to guess, bottom white heel part, this orange part, and some probably the little like metal, you know, plate thingy. So let's see. That is so bright. I see. Okay. And then probably, yeah, as expected. And then for your hair, is literally only one choice of, oh, that doesn't even change the hair color. That changes the little band at the top. That's it. Okay, well, I mean, this outfit, there's nothing out of the ordinary with this one. I'm gonna be real, even if everyone else tells you it's so cool and everything, it's so generic. But I mean, it is what it is. We've had a trend of generic outfits lately. It's in a cash shop or pearl shop if you like it. You can just get one, go to apparel, buy the one you like. Cool. And yeah. Also, it's under new. You could buy the individual outfit too. There's one for males. It just looks like your average jersey and shorts. And then where's the one for shy? That's what it looks like for shy. Yeah, that's about it. Not much else to say to that, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.